Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Armageddon and Jehoshaphat are the same thing. And pretty much this lesson, is centered around something that Deacon Akar said. And pretty much he said that I don't remember exactly how he said it, but pretty much he's saying that those are two different things. That Armageddon is one thing and Jehoshaphat is something different. I'm going to show you that it's dealing with the same thing. And I'm only doing this for the edification of, the, elect, and all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and Ba'ashem Racha Kodash, and, honors, and praises, and, blessings upon the elect. So we're just going to get right into it. Revelation 16:16, because the word Armageddon is a Hebrew word, but in Revelation 16:16 is it's in the Greek. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna show you that it's right there in the same verse. It tells you that it's a Hebrew word. Revelation 16:16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. So who is the them that the Lord is gathering together? Or that the beast and the false prophet and them are gathering together. That's all of these different armies that are gathering together. Just another precept came to mind. Let me just grab that real quick so I don't forget it. Let me just grab that. Let me just leave that there. Okay. That's what's happening. The Lord is gathering all of these nations over there, using Esau, using this false prophet, which is the Roman Catholic Church, using the EU and NATO to stir things up to get this battle popping. That's what the wars and rumors of wars were all about. Signs, seasons, days, and years. So it says, and he gathered them together into a place called, this place that is speaking about, it's over there, what they call the Middle East. Okay? Over there in the Euphrates Valley, the Tigris River, into parts of Arabia, by the Persian Gulf, and that region right there, in the what they call the Fertile Crescent, okay, all in that region there. And when we read, matter of fact, let's go here to Joel 2 just to prove that real quick. Joel 2:20, but I will remove, who's the I? The Most High. Will remove far off from you the northern army. Who is the northern army? America. And where is the Lord going to remove the northern army to? And will drive him into a land barren and desolate. What is that land barren and desolate? Arabia. That region up there. You'll see it's all desert. This is why I believe it was in the 80s they started using, instead of using the regular camouflage that they used, the BDUs, battle dress uniforms, they started using the desert fatigues, the desert battle dress uniforms. All right, that came about, I believe that was in the 80s when that first came about, because that's when they first started going over to that side of the world. And what was that? That was the preparation to have Esau's, the American army there. And they built bases in different places. I wasn't trying to rhyme either. and they pretty much put their foot in that land because of the oil, the natural resources, threats from Russia or different other nations. So the militaries were already there, but this was the Lord gathering, stirring things up, and that's why the Yahushua said, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, it says with his face toward the EC. What is the EC? That would be the Euphrates River, and also you have down at the bottom you have the Persian Gulf, all of that area there. Because the Euphrates River plays a very pivotal part in end time prophecy. They really played a heavy part in prophecy. And then that area, the Persian Gulf, on both sides, you have the armies that are going to be there. And it's no coincidence that all these armies, including America, are there in that land. And his hinder part toward the utmost sea. What is the utmost sea? The Red Sea. And when you look at a map, you look at Arabia, you look at the Euphrates River, it empties out into the Persian Gulf, which empties out into, I believe that's either the Indian Ocean, or there's another body of water that empties out into the Indian Ocean. All right, so the utmost sea is on the opposite side of that, which is the Red Sea. All right, it says, and his stink shall come up. Why is the stink going to come up? From all of the dead bodies that are going to be piled up everywhere in that area from this World War III, pretty much, from this major war that's going to be happening. That's why the very first job that these international banking families are going to do is one group is going to put up signs, this Ezekiel 39, that there's dead bodies here. The next crop of slaves is going to come through and bury those bodies. All right, that's going to be their first, job. And its ill savor shall come up, because it's going to be stinking, there's going to be rotten flesh, and they're going to have to go through and bury all of those bodies because they have done great things. All right, so that's proven that America was sent over there, and that's where the battle of Armageddon is going to be fought. So going back to Revelation 16 and 16, and he gathered them together into a place that's over there in the so-called Middle East, called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. When we go to the word Armageddon, it'll tell you that it is of Hebrew origin. Har, which is mountain. Ma is of or from. God is troop. God one is troops, plural. Har Magad, mountain of the troops. All right. The hill of the city of Megiddo. It's not talking about the city of Megiddo. It's talking about that whole region, which we just read about in the book of Joel 2. All right. Now, when you go, that's Har. We just get it real quick. Har, which is hill or mountain. And then Magad 1. It just says Megiddo, place of crowds. See, why is it known as a place of crowds? Because it is the place of troops. All right, it goes back to the word gadad, cut, gather, together, assemble by troop. And that's where Gad got their name, God, from. GD, God, G-A-D, God, which is what? That's troop. But when you put it together with the one, God one, that's troops. Okay, then you have Gadawan, which is Gideon. All right, so that means mountain of the troops. So let's read that again. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, or Armageddon, or the mountain of the troops, the place where the troops will be gathered. Okay, Joel chapter 3 verse 1, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. All right, when the Lord is going to deliver us from under the hand of Esau and the nations, Russia included. I will also gather what? All nations, including Russia, and will bring them down into what? The valley of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat is a compound word. What does Jehoshaphat mean? It's Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. Okay, you see there the Most High's name, and then you see what? Judge or judgment. Jehoshaphat, Yahweh has judged, or Yahweh's judgment. It says Jehovah, but we know it's Yahweh. All right, Yahweh has judged, or the Most High's judgment. Now that we got that out the way, so we got Armageddon, mountain of the troops, Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. I will also gather what? All nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, this is World War III. This is not talking about something that happens after the destruction. This is something that's going to lead up to the destruction. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, which just goes hand in hand with the book of Isaiah 34, which speaks about the controversy of Zion. Okay? Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay? And they still have that land to this day. So the point here is the valley of Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat means Yahweh's judgment. And the Lord's going to gather all nations and plead with them there. All right? Keep in mind, Armageddon, mountain of the troops, Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. When we go to Zephaniah 3 and 8, we read the same exact thing. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, unto the day that I rise up to the prey. Who is the prey? Esau and the other nations. Because we have no power, no might. We're worms. And the Lord is going to come back and defend us. For my determination is to gather the nations, Armageddon, Jehoshaphat, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, Yahweh's judgment, even all my fierce anger, okay? For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. This is going into 2 Peter 3 and many other scriptures that go into the nuclear destruction. You know, the chariots with the lasers too, all of that is part of this great, what they call conflagration, which is a fancy way of saying a big fire. All right. So when we look up this word determination, right? We look up the word determination. What does it say? Ma Shaphat. Ma is over from, Shaphat is judgment. So the nations are being gathered, the troops are being gathered. Matter of fact, another precept just came to mind. The troops are being gathered. Let me read this real quick. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 4. The noise of the multitude on the mountains, like as of a great people that is dealing with the missiles, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of the nations gathered together, and also the nations gathering together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. That's the missiles, and that's the military men. All right? The host, that's where you get the word army or armies, military. All right? Yahweh and the angels are coming down to do battle with the armies of the world. That's who the Lord's controversy is with. All right? So the Lord is mustering the host or the armies of the battle that he's bringing. So going back here, Mashaphat, the word determination, Mashaphat of judgment. Judgment, justice, ordinance. You get the idea. All right? So let's go back. So it says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my judgment is to gather the nations. Zephaniah 3 and 8, we're reading. Joel 3, you know, the nations coming together. The Lord's gathering all nations. That's the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. Armageddon, and Revelation 16:16, and they gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, the valley of the troop, or the mountain of the troops. All right, in this barren land. All right, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my judgment or my determination is to gather the nations, the Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment. Whose judgment? Yahweh. Determination Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, is to gather the nations. That's what he's doing. That I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. Once this is accomplished, nation is not going to learn war anymore. They're going to come to Jerusalem to learn from us. Okay, beginning with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So Deacon Akah is wrong. Okay, the Armageddon and Jehoshaphat are the same thing. They're synonymous one with the other. It's speaking about the destruction that's coming soon. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say, Shalom.